recursive procedure or a recursive problem is one which can be defined in terms of itself. A recursive problem is defined in terms of smaller version problems of itself until it converges towards an occurrence of the problem, the answer to which is directly known. We call that occurrence a base case. A recursive procedure should have three components. Number one, a base case. It is an occurrence of a recursive problem, the answer to which is directly known. Another component is the recursive definition of a recursive problem. Recursive definition gives us a more complex occurrence of the problem that cannot be directly answered but can instead be described in terms of smaller occurrences of the same problem, and these occurrences and recursive calls towards the smaller occurrences, the smaller versions of the same problem should ultimately converge to the base case, the answer to which is directly known. So now I come to the third component. A problem may have a base case, it may have a recursive definition, but if those recursive calls are not converging on the base case, then the problem cannot be solved directly. I will give an example in a while. Recursive, as I said, recursive definitions should ultimately converge to that base case. If a problem has these three components, then it qualifies to be solved recursively, otherwise it cannot be solved recursively. Some problems have only one base case. For instance, factorial has only one base case, and some problems may have multiple base cases. We will see some examples. Why do we use recursion? Because some problems are naturally defined in terms of their own simpler, smaller versions. Recursive solutions of such problems are often more concise and elegant. Kindly keep in mind that if a problem is solvable recursively, an alternate iterative solution also exists, but in some cases it is complex to implement due to many possibilities, due to many conditions. So we will come across some problems that can be solved recursively using a very simple and elegant approach. When should we use recursion? We should consider using recursion when a problem can be decomposed into simple and complex cases. The simplest cases of a problem can be solved directly, and complex cases can be solved in terms of simpler cases of the same problem. More importantly, we should opt for recursion when the iterative implementation is complex due to many possible branches. Kindly keep in mind that a recursive procedure may call itself directly or indirectly. For example, we have a function a that keeps on calling itself with smaller versions of the problem, ultimately converging to the base case. Or we may have two functions, let's say a and b, and a may be indirectly calling itself. Let's say a calls b, then b calls a, then a calls b, and so on until these recursive calls converge to a base case. A crucial part of recursive problem is usually identifying these cases. To understand recursion, Let's take a look at the definition of factorial. Factorial of a non-negative integer value n can be defined both iteratively and recursively. Let's first look at the iterative definition. Factorial of n is equal to 1 if n is equal to 0, and if n is greater than 1, then the factorial is just a product of all numbers from 1 till n including n. On the other hand, it can also be defined recursively. In that case, we have the definition in two parts. We have a base case occurrence in which the answer to the problem is already known. If n is equal to 0, then we know the answer to the problem. Factorial of n equal to 0 is equal to 1. And then we have a recursive part, the answer to which is directly not known. That happens when n is greater than 1. In that case, factorial of a number n is defined in two parts. There is a known part and then there is an unknown part. It is a recursive call to the same problem but smaller version of the problem. For example, you want to calculate factorial of a number 3. 3 is not the base case occurrence. So factorial of 3 is equal to 3 times, recursive definition, 3 times factorial of 2. Now keep in mind, 2 is not a base case. Thus factorial of 2 is also going to be solved recursively. Factorial of 2 is equal to 2 times factorial of 1. Let's understand how factorial problem gets solved recursively, how recursive calls are passed on towards the smaller case problems, and how ultimately base case is reached and this problem gets solved. We will consider an example. In this example, this guy wants to calculate factorial of 4. He knows only the recursive definition. He knows that factorial of 4 is equal to 4 times 3 factorial. He does not know answer to 3 factorial, so he calls a friend and asks the question. For her, the problem size is now smaller. For her, n is equal to 3. She also knows the recursive definition. For her, 3 factorial is equal to 3, the known part, times 2 factorial, the unknown part. So as she does not know answer to the problem, to this problem, she is going to do the same. She calls another friend and asks what is 2 factorial. Keep in mind, this guy is on hold. He will keep on hold until he gets a reply from call 3 factorial. The control is now over here. 2 factorial is equal to 2, the known part, times 1 factorial, the unknown part, the recursive call towards the smaller version of the problem. The guy calls another friend, asks about the answer to 1 factorial. She also knows the recursive definition. For her, 1 factorial is equal to 1 times 0 factorial. Now keep in mind that all these people are on hold. They will calculate the answer to their problem once they get a reply from the other person and pass on the answer to the person who called them. Now finally, this lady calls another friend, asks about answer to 0 factorial. Now this is a base case occurrence. This guy knows the direct answer to this problem. There is no more need of making further recursion calls. एक चीज सबने जहन में रखनी है कि जब रिकर्सिव डेफिनेशन को यूज करते हुए स्मॉलर प्रॉब्लम साइज के साथ आगे रिकर्सिव कॉल पास हो रही है, तो इस दौरान बाकी तमाम जो लोग हैं या रिकर्सिव कॉल्स हम कह लेते हैं पहले से, वो वेटिंग स्टेट में है. लेट्स से n इज इक्वल टू 2 वाला जो ये पर्सन है, ये तब तक वेटिंग में रहेगा जब तक आगे से आंसर नहीं मिल जाता. जब इसे आंसर मिलेगा 1 फैक्टोरियल का, ये इसे 2 के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करेगा और 2 फैक्टोरियल का आंसर जिस पर्सन ने इसको कॉल की थी उसको सेंड कर देगा. जैसे ही ये पर्सन उसको ये आंसर सेंड करेगा, इस पर्सन की जरूरत नहीं है। ये जो फंक्शन कॉल थी 2 फैक्टोरियल की, ये टर्मिनेट हो जाएगी। इस एग्जांपल में बेसिकली फोन कॉल टर्मिनेट हो जाएगी। आगे प्रोग्रामिंग के साथ कोरिलेट करते हैं इसको। जैसे ही n equal to 3 को आगे से 2 फैक्टोरियल का आंसर मिला, she will multiply the answer of 2 factorial with 3 and send the answer of 3 factorial back to the guy who had called her. जैसे ही ये आंसर कैलकुलेट होके वापस जाता है, once again ये कॉल खत्म हो जाएगी। ठीक, फाइनली ये जो पर्सन है ये 3 फैक्टोरियल के आंसर को मल्टीप्लाई करेगा 4 के साथ, और इसको जो फाइनल 4 फैक्टोरियल प्रॉब्लम था उसका आंसर मिल जाएगा। तो यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा ये जहन में रखें, ये कॉल्स आगे गई हैं, तमाम रिकर्सिव कॉल्स होती रही हैं। हर रिकर्सिव कॉल पे हम बेस केस की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं। अल्टीमेटली रिकर्सिव कॉल्स बेस केस जो कि 0 फैक्टोरियल है उस पे कन्वर्ज होती हैं। 0 का फैक्टोरियल 1 है। यहाँ जब आंसर मिलता है तब ये आखिरी रिकर्सिव कॉल है, अब ये कॉल टर्मिनेट होगी, यहां से आंसर बैकवर्ड्स फ्लो करेगा। यहाँ जो भी करना है उस आंसर के साथ मल्टीप्लिकेशन एडिशन डिपेंड करता है सिनेरियो पे, एग्जांपल पे। आंसर कैलकुलेट होके पिछली जो कॉल थी वहां पे रिटर्न होता जाएगा और सॉल्यूशन कैलकुलेट होगा। ठीक है, फाइनली जब 4 फैक्टोरियल कैलकुलेट होगा तब ये प्रोसेस कंप्लीट हो जाएगा। लेट्स से मेन फंक्शन में आपने एक फंक्शन कॉल किया है फैक्टोरियल ऑफ 4 का, तो वहां से ये 4 से 3, 3 से 2, 2 से 1, 1 से 0 की कॉल्स गई हैं, आंसर्स बैकवर्ड फ्लो हुए हैं, मल्टीप्लिकेशन हुई है। फाइनली जब ये आंसर कैलकुलेट हो जाएगा तो 4 फैक्टोरियल जो फंक्शन कॉल थी वो टर्मिनेट होगी और कंट्रोल वापस मेन फंक्शन के पास जाएगा और 4 फैक्टोरियल का जो आंसर है 24 वो वहां पे डिस्प्ले या जो भी यूजर ने करना है वो हो जाएगा। तो अब अगर हम इस एग्जाम्पल को देखते हुए रिकर्सिव डेफिनेशंस की बात करें, जैसा कि मैंने शुरू में कहा था, तो कोई भी जो रिकर्सिव प्रॉब्लम है, एक उसमें रिकर्सिव या हम उसको जनरल केस कहते हैं, द केस फॉर विच द सॉल्यूशन इज एक्सप्रेस्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ स्मॉलर वर्जन प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ इटसेल्फ। Finally we come to the implementation. This is the recursive case implementation